got a lot of confidence in myself. So I'll put myself at first.
The Conqueror,
William Bonac.
William takes the win.
Hi guys, welcome back with the Detroit Pro 2025 complete lineup result. So 43 years old Daniel Corman has taken last place in the contest. He turned pro in 2022 by winning Masters National Championships over 40, and Detroit Pro was his first show since 2022. He was in decent conditioning, but his midsection was not fully under control during his presentation. Adam Milic has made his pro debut and he finished taking 14th place in the Detroit Pro. He has put on significant amount of size since he turned pro in 2023. His gyno was really distracting in my opinion, but it was a decent package from Adam in his first professional show. It was also a first pro show for 13th place finisher Benjamin Rafa. He steps on stage after 6 years earning his pro card. Benjamin showcased impressive size and fullness, but his conditioning could have been better. 12th place finisher Barley Weaver has made transition from men's classic physique to the open division. In his open debut this time, his conditioning was really decent. And compared to his last show in the classic physique, he has put on some significant amount of size, but I think he still needs more mass for the open division. 48 years old cancer survivor Walter Martin has managed to beat several athletes and arrived at 11th place in his return to the stage after 3 years. At this stage, he still maintains the impressive size, especially his quads are really exceptional, and he has brought impressive conditioning as well. I really wish him the best for his upcoming shows. He has showcased a phenomenal physique in my opinion. Interestingly, he was working with a retired coach, Matt Jensen, for the Detroit Pro. Justin Abbott has finished taking 10th place in his first professional show. He does not have a very prominent V-taper, he's not really shapely and has a wide midsection, but he was big and full and he brought a conditioned package in his pro debut which led him beating 5 contestants. Originally from Lebanon and representing UAE, Rafa has also made his pro debut in the Detroit Pro with 9th place. He has amazing shape, he looks very aesthetically pleasing with very small midsection, but I think size wise he was kind of struggling against some of the heavy hitters in the lineup. He was working with coach George Farah for his pro debut. Chris Miller has taken 8th place out of 15 contestants in his men's open debut. In the side chest shot, he looks really impressive and he has showcased a very vascular and sharp look with added size this time, whereas his lower half needs improvements, and overall he needs more muscle maturity and muscle separation. After a disappointing performance in the Arnold Classic 2025, the rising mass monster Carlos Thomas Jr. has finished taking 7th place at the Detroit Pro. From conditioning standpoint, I think this time he was slightly improved, but it was still not enough to stand next to the front runners of the show. Carlos has sheer amount of mass, humongous legs. In the front and side shots, he looks outstanding. He has so much muscle density, huge arms and small midsection. But when he turns around, his back lacks the density and details needed to compete with the best. His weak back significantly hampers his chances of being a top contender, along with his lack of conditioning. I hope he finds the right formula for his physique as he's no longer working with coach Patrick Tour. German upcoming bodybuilder Justin Musiol has brought a very imposing physique in his first show in the USA. He's just 26 years old and has phenomenal details. Very crisp look, sharp conditioning. Overall, he has very well built physique. He has made significant improvements this year. He looks harder, more mature and undeniably much bigger, which is extremely impressive, but with the added size, his waist also looks wider as well. This time Justin had a hard time controlling his midsection on stage. I think seemingly because of this, He was penalized as judges did not have him in the top 5. But finishing at 6th place is still an outstanding result for Justin. Hopefully he makes the right adjustments in his next show. Canadian athlete Iron Goalie has managed to crack top 5. I think he was no less than 280 pounds on stage. This time he was aiming to bring his best package, and he really brought it. He does not have an amazing shape and pleasing structure, but he has showcased significant improvements compared to his last show, which probably swayed the judges to have him in the top 5. His side chest shot is drastically improved, plus his hamstrings have more details this time. He was working with coach Stefan Kinzel for his 2025 season. Ron Gordon was aiming to win the show and defeat William Bonac this time, but he had to settle for 4th place in the event.
I got a lot of confidence in myself going into this show, not just looking at the competition, but the improvements that I've made. I'm very confident in every pose, and that's something that I can't say I've actually had in the past. I can admit that. So I'll put myself at first.
He was looking very cartoonish in his most recent updates, and many experts had him at 2nd place in their predictions for Detroit Pro. He's 6 feet 1 inch tall and he was weighing around 265 pounds on stage. Ron has humongous arms, chest and shoulders with very small midsection, whereas his lower half is one of his shortcomings. And this time he has slightly improved his legs, especially outer quad sweeps, but overall he still needs more size to fully fill out his frame. Despite having a very shapely and aesthetic physique, Ron still lacks muscle mass in certain areas. Probably his back and especially his lower half needs more development to achieve a well-balanced, symmetrical and a complete look. James Holings has brought a bigger and much fuller package this time compared to his last show, Arnold Classic 2025. The flow of his physique was really improved in the Detroit Pro, and in my opinion this was one of his best looks on stage, very reminiscent to his winning performance in the 2022 Tsunami Italy Pro. Although his waist is wider now, but he has more details and density in the back shots compared to his 2022 version. James has narrow lats development, which prevents him from achieving an appealing V-taper look. However, from my standpoint, his biggest weakness is his midsection. His abdominal muscles lack definition and details. And this time the flaw of his midsection was more highlighted and prominent, especially when standing next to Sassan Herati, who has one of the best midsections in the open division right now. Some fans even had James winning, but in my opinion, 3rd place was a well-deserved spot for him. Sassan Herati has taken solid 2nd place against William Bonac. He was working with coach Chris Aceto this time, and seemingly he has added some quality size on his frame. It was slightly a heavier package from Sassan this year. Last year he was really unable to completely flex the back double bicep shot, but this year he has almost fixed the issue. From conditioning standpoint, he was one of the most conditioned contestants with incredible striations and cuts on stage. In the comparison with the winner William Bonac, Sassan was dominant from aesthetic standpoint. He was much more streamlined and shapely. Whereas Bonac had size advantage, he was more muscular and thicker with deep muscle separation and phenomenal muscle maturity. In my opinion, in most of the shots, Bonac was superior, but he does not have a very pleasing V-taper, and his wider waist gives him a blocky look, while Sassan has astonishing abs development and details. In the front shots, he was really giving a tough time to William Bonac. Many fans wanted to see Sassan winning the show, as William has faced backlash due to his wider midsection that it was not flat enough and he was losing some control there. But undeniably, William has brought one of his best versions this time at the age of 43. Compared to his younger self, his waist is certainly wider now. Other than that, he looks outstanding. He showcased incredible combination of muscle density, deep muscle separation and fullness. His legs keep improving even at this age. He still keeps the impressive size and his conditioning is top notch. I think this was his most impressive showing since he's been working with coach Stefan Kinzel. This was probably his 11th or 12th professional win and he has no plans to slow down. He's fully focused on bringing an even better version of himself on the biggest stage of bodybuilding, as Detroit Pro win has secured his qualification for the 2025 Olympia. Last year he was at 7th place in the Olympia, so it will be interesting to see can he climb even higher if he brings the same crisp, sharp conditioning, size and fullness on Olympia stage. So massive congratulations to William Bonac and huge thanks to Fuad Abiyad for providing an amazing show. Thanks for watching.
More business, and now I got my thing going on. I thought the fire is still burning, so let me give it a try. So I just started all the way from the bottom. My legs were gone. I had some injuries, but I still came back, so always believe in yourself, no matter what people say about you, whether they believe in you or not.